Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming down and allowing me to present what we've done at Archiblox and to Green Magazine. I really appreciate the opportunity of coming down and being involved in this exhibition. We love building and designing small spaces, so the team at Archiblox and myself really enjoyed the opportunity of being involved. So we saw this as a generational style project. The brief was considered to be a young family with young kids, but we sort of leapt through 3 generations and thought at Archiblox what we do is design and build prefabricated structures. So I figured we might as well hone into what we do most from a sustainability point of view, from a design point of view, and most importantly from a prefabricated point of view. So very simplistically, I'm going to run you through a bit of a story about Archiblox. We design, prefabricate buildings. We build in an enclosed environment. We have a structure that gets to lock up within about 3 weeks. So we have all this R&D that's gone into our projects to get us to the stage we're up to at the moment. The beautiful thing for inner urban areas is that we can design and construct off-site, and we come in and within a matter of hours we can lift our product and place them into quite tight sites. Also, by the nature of being volumetric prefabrication, gives us the opportunity of placing modules upon modules, and therefore the idea for the Generation 3 response to the site came about. Lifted in via crane, again, products are able to be placed into hard-to-reach places where traditionally you'd have loading, OH&S, quality control issues, monitoring and managing processes. Really pushing into sustainability. We've done a lot of ideas and had the opportunity of working on some great projects around Australia where we can really dial into really cool, sustainable spaces. And invariably they come down to how a user occupies a space, how they interact with a space and the size of a space. So really looking at how much we need to, how we can really control the internal environment. Looking at natural systems, looking at different materials and embodied energies, and really dialing into the full makeup of a space. And there we get Generation 3. So we are built our model in the back left, my left-hand corner. Idea being that we have on the base what we call the service hub, and the service hub is where we have all of our water tanks, battery cells. We have a little labyrinth set up so we can draw air in from the outside, circulate it through the building and discharge it through the roof, or vice versa, bring it back through the other end so we can make the use of the natural environments to heat and cool the space. Basically, the house is set up so the first generation with 2 young kids is the first pod that's placed over the top of the services. As the family evolves over time and the kids become larger, a second pod is then placed on top of the first pod, creating the second generational part of living. As that generation becomes larger and then move on and further children and family expands, a third pod can be placed on top. The whole reasoning behind this is we want to create a space that not only can you age in place, you can really get to know the community, be a massive part of the community. And as the family expands, we're a massive fan of multi-generational living. So as a result of all that, we have created it and been lucky enough to be involved in the Generation 3 house. Thank you.